Yeah. Example. And we have, this is our problem. The instructions say, show that the cubed root of 9 is irrational. Is irrational. Which means show that it's not a rational number, that it can't be rational. So there are ways to prove this without using the rational roots theorem. However, since we just learned it, we're going to use it. Okay? So this is the steps for this type of problem. What you're going to do is make an equation going backwards. So let me write that in parentheses actually over here. Going backwards. So usually when we have a root, when we have an equation, we're solving for the root. This time I'm going to say that this is the root. And usually when we're done solving, we get like x equals whatever the root is. And in this case, it's the cubed root of 9. So I'm starting out here because I'm going backwards. To go backwards, I add cubed root of 9 to both sides. Or actually, no, I cube both sides. So I'll get x cubed equals 9. And then continuing on, I'll subtract 9. So x cubed minus 9 equals 0. 0. Now I have a polynomial equation. This is a key. This is 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 hand. This is pen. Stylus. This is key. The point of this was to get a polynomial equation. Now we can use the rational roots theorem. We know that the cubed root of 9 is a root. And we also know how to find all the possible rational roots. So if the rational roots don't work, and we know that the cubed root of 9 is a root, because when we plug it in, it'll work. You can try it. Then we'll know that the cubed root of 9 is not rational. And I'll re-explain. So since we have a polynomial equation, we can do exactly what we did in example 16. So I'm going to write that down. We write down first, step 1, write down the factors of the constant term. So factors of negative 9. Those factors are plus 1, or plus or minus 1, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 9. And then we write down factors of 1, because that coefficient is just 1, factors of 1. And that's plus or minus 1, and that's it. So our possible roots, now I can write down my possible roots. Actually, let me line this. This is pink. This is blue. So these are my numerators. This is my denominator. So possible roots, possible rational roots, sorry. Possible rational roots. Those are plus or minus 1 over 1, same thing. Plus or minus 3 over 1, just 3, which is 3. Plus or minus 9 over 1. You can try and check these. They won't work out. 1 cubed, I'm checking them in here, just to see if they're roots. 1 cubed is 1. Minus 9 is negative 8. Negative 8 is not 0. Doesn't work. What about 3? 3 cubed is 27 minus 9. That ain't 0 either. 9 cubed. Don't even know, don't care. It's not 0. None of these roots work. So, since these are the only possible rational roots, this equation has no rational roots. Has no rational roots. So, let's see. None of the plus or minus 1, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 9. And then we'd also have to plug in the negative values. We didn't do that, but it still won't work out. So none of those possible rational roots worked. None of these satisfy the equation. Satisfy x cubed minus 9 equals 0. So, by the rational roots theorem, let me write that. By the rational root theorem, x cubed minus 9 equals 0 has no rational roots. But we know that the cubed root of 9 is a root. We made it to be a root. If we plug that in, it'll work. We know it's a root. But since we know also that x cubed minus 9 has no rational roots, we know that the cubed root of 9 is irrational. So cubed root of 9 is irrational. It just won't listen to reason. Small joke. So I want to write down a note here. And that note is as follows. Number 19 and 20 are like this. Number 19 and 20 in your book are like this. Are like this. Except you don't got to make an equation. Except you don't have to make an equation. And I'm going to put that in blue. So that's almost it. I have one more little note for you, which is this. This is hint for number 21. You'll get it right now. Oops. Hint for number 21. It's a question. What do you do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you?
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Nobody now give you no break. Police now give you no break.
What do you do when you don't want to deal with fractions? Let me tell you right now, the answer is not give up. Don't give up. Don't stop. And then this will be in pink. So nice.